Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy OmarioRpg. Hello, it has been a while. We are going to be reacting to something that popped up on my... Excuse me, doggy, I'm trying to record. This is why I'm a cat person. Stay. Dogs are okay, I guess. This popped up on my recommended Lord of the Rings, all VFX removed. And I've never watched it. It sounds intriguing. It's probably on the special versions of Lord of the Rings that I haven't seen. So yeah, I'm going to watch this. Let me know in the comments down below what other stuff I should react to regarding Lord of the Rings or regarding anything really. I just reacted to a best JRPGs of all time video. I'll react to pretty much anything as long as it's, not weird and creepy. So let's get into it. Lord of the Rings, all VFX removed. It's good to be back. Here we go.
Pretty much everybody has seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy and marvelled at the incredible...
Oh, how rude of me. Before we get into it, Fame Focus. I'm going to subscribe. Go check them out. I'm sure they're doing very well. I'm sure they've got amazing content. Alright, let's go. Lord of the Rings New Line Cinema, 2001-2003. Fame Focus.
Pretty much everybody has seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy and marvelled at the incredible scale of it all. Tremendous battles with thousands of CG agents, massive magical creatures like Treebeard, Balrog and Shelob, and of course the famous use of motion capture for the creation of Gollum.
Crazy to think that it was done in 2001. Crazy, and how good it looks. Man.
Famous use of motion capture for the creation of Gollum. These achievements were brilliant, so brilliant that perhaps they have blinded us to the other incredible work that, in comparison, has been hugely underdocumented.
Middle-earth miniatures.
Lord of the Rings Peter Jackson is a miniature enthusiast and, from a very early age, began making, filming and destroying his own miniatures. In the Lord of the Rings trilogy, a huge amount of work went into the design, creation and destruction of miniatures, and without them, the films would have not had the same aesthetic or emotion.
That's so smart. That is so smart. I had no idea.
For the City of the Dead, the design team took their inspiration not only from the book, but also from a place called Petra in Jordan. It was Jackson's idea that the necropolis should crack open and release the skulls of all the people who had been interred there. The mechanism was set up and the shot tested, but the initial 200 skulls that were estimated to be needed were deemed far too little, and the number quickly grew to 2,000, then 10,000, then 50,000, until finally reaching 80,000, which was approximately a cubic meter of miniature skulls. However, the weight of so many skulls behind the mechanism made it very sensitive, and any vibration would cause the skulls to fall, and then the whole thing had to be cleaned up and reloaded. Minas Tirith was the biggest architectural model made for the trilogy, and it was built at a 122:1 scale. It was 23 feet tall and 21 feet in diameter, and it contained over 1,000 handmade individual houses. Other models of different sections of streets and buildings were built at 14:1 scale with incredible detail, including flower pots.
This is why this is the best franchise of all time. I mean, look, movie franchise. Look at the detail they put into this film, man. It's unbelievable. It really is. It's actually breathtaking. Look at that.
Handmade individual houses.
So many unsung heroes as well.
Other models of different sections of streets and buildings were built at 14:1 scale with incredible detail, including flower pots and washing lines, and these were used for the close-up detailed shots that wouldn't have been possible with the smaller scale main model. Minas Morgul was actually a Gondorian city before falling into Sauron's hands. So the design team based it on Minas Tirith, with its white stone but added rusty iron balustrades which had dirtied and stained the white stone. 2 models were made. One was 121 scale and the second was 3 times bigger and used for close-up shots. In order to give the models the corpse-like glow depicted in the book, they painted the models with special paint and then lit them with UV light.
Ooh.
Another detail that tends to get lost within the marvels of the films is the difference in scale between Gandalf, the hobbits, the elves, and the dwarfs. A combination of various techniques was used to achieve this. One was to alter the size of the world around the actors by creating different size sets. For example, at Bag End, 2 different size sets were built.
Yeah, just put the... Yeah, I get it.
Every book, cup, or candle had to be made twice in 2 different sizes. Even Gandalf's cart was built in different scales. Another technique was to alter the size of the actors themselves. This was achieved by hiring doubles for the hobbits, and actors that were only 4 feet tall and could be shot from behind wearing a wig, or shot from a distance wearing a specially developed silicone mask.
Oh God, that's creepy.
Big doubles were also used to replace Aragorn so the hobbits would seem smaller. They also used something they call big rigs, which were big suits that a stilt walker could get into and walk by the hobbits to give the illusion of scale.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
Other techniques that were used were in-camera perspective tricks. By shooting an object at an angle, you can make it seem bigger or smaller. If you shoot from below, the object seems bigger. If you shoot from above, smaller. Another perspective trick is called forced perspective. Forced perspective is an old technique where, by positioning an object further away from the camera, you make it look smaller. However, the Lord of the Rings team managed to create their own forced perspective technique that enabled them to be able to move the camera whilst still maintaining the illusion. This was done by having one of the objects set up on a movable rig. This rig then moves in unison with the camera, but in the opposite direction, thus maintaining the perspective. But one of the most important things about these types of shot was maintaining eye lines. Actors would have to look at several different places during the shot, so that in camera they still appear to be looking at each other.
Unbelievable. You got to give it to the actors too, because basically they're looking at nothing, right? I think so. They can't look at each other while they're acting in these certain scenes, which is just insane skill.
This technique involves shooting the 2 actors separately and then combining both shots to make one. They would either shoot a pass with one actor against a blue screen and then shoot another pass with the other actor against a blue screen, but from further away, or they would use computer software to scale one shot down before compositing.
That just hurt my head.
This year, we await the new Amazon Prime Video Lord of the Rings series, and it looks like Industrial Light and Magic will be the leading VFX house. Although it remains to be seen, if the effects are only half as good as those in the films, we're in for something really special.
I can't wait. I actually can't wait.
Please give us a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget the links to the music used in this video are in the video description, and a big thanks to you if you made it to the end of this video and are hearing this message. Please let us know in the comments section.
Thanks to you for making the video. That was so good. Although it didn't show the part where he puts his hand in the ring. That was the thumbnail that really got me. But hey, it's a good thumbnail. There it is right there. I'm assuming it's just like in the picture, it's the green guy. A lot of stuff to notice, that whenever you watch a movie, there's just so much random stuff going on that you really don't get. Breathtaking, one of the most advanced production ever to its release date. Better than CG particle simulators and 3D modeling. Oh man, I wanted to see the green screen guy twirl the ring into Frodo's hand. I got clickbaited too. Happens to the best of us. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is still one of the most visually impressive movies I've ever seen. And it's amazing how much work went into the practical efforts. I was pretty impressed with that whole forced perspective trick. Pretty impressed, mate! That's unbelievable! It's not even an action scene, it's just two characters talking to each other, but it still went all out to maintain that illusion. All these years later, and with all the advancements, I still think the forced perspective trick, yeah, was one of the best effects I've ever seen in a movie. Yep, greatest trilogy of all time. Man. The technical complexities Peter Jackson pulled off in this series are mind-blowing. I literally had no idea this much went into these movies. You need to watch the documentaries on how they were made. It's unbelievable. Like, even just something like the stylist department, or you know what I mean, like the clothing department. Oh my god, absolute, just amazing work from every single person. There are so many unsung heroes in the Lord of the Rings movie, and it really is an unbelievable franchise. It's why so many of us love it. You know, when you watch a movie and see it shows. Like, I'd love to know if there's a. Let me know in the comments down below if there are movies that you've enjoyed and love that have similar attention to detail like the Lord of the Rings movies do. Because I want to watch them. I need to. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this reaction. And if you did, like the video if you want. It helps, you know, get my video out there. You don't have to subscribe. Subscribe if you want to, and you know, get a notification and stuff like that. And if you're into gaming, guys, stream on YouTube now. I've moved from Twitch to YouTube, just because, you know, Twitch was being just not very streamer friendly, and YouTube's just much friendlier. So I'm here now, and it's been great so far. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, thanks for being you. See you next time. Bye bye.